And welcome back to The Price of Business. Bill Nampick sitting in for Kevin Price. And now we have a great guest. His name is Mr. Jon Sumroy. His company is MiFold. Jon, thank you and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.
Very exciting to talk to you, sir. In fact, it's even more exciting as I looked at your website last night, and number one, what a beautiful website, and the product and video. Let's tell people about your company and the product that MiFold is.
Thank you. MiFold is the most advanced, compact, and portable child car safety seat ever invented. It's 4 times smaller than a regular child car seat, but it's just as safe.
That's right. And let's tell people right off the bat, in case they're listening by a computer, the website.
Yeah, so if everybody wants to go to www.mifold.com, and that's spelled MiFold, mifold.com.
And it's a beautiful product, Jon. And, of course, again, the website, the video that you walk people through, what it does, the technical aspects of it, the colors, the compactness of it. It is just, it looks like a dream come true.
Well, we are at a really exciting stage in the company at the moment. I'm actually calling you from Long Beach, California. There's a conference going on here called the Lifesavers Conference, which is all about technology and products to make people safer on the roads. And yesterday we had the global unveiling of MiFold for the first time to about 2,000 child passenger safety technicians. And they really, really liked it. I mean, they really appreciate the fact that by making a car seat that's so small and so compact, we've created something that kids can keep with them all the time. So they'll never get in a car again and have to face that decision of, do I make the journey, but I don't have the correct safety seat.
And the existing car seats are so big and bulky that when the child is not in them and someone's using the car for something else, it's like, hey, that seat's in the way.
You know, we hear this a lot, and we hear it especially from grandparents.
I was just going to say it.
Yeah, they see their kids usually just at the weekends, and they don't want to keep the back of the car or the trunk cluttered up with car seats the rest of the time. This is so small that people can just leave it in the glove box or in a door pocket, and as soon as the grandkids are there, they can just take it out, and everyone can be safe.
How did you get this idea for the product, Jon?
It really came from my own need. I'm almost embarrassed to say I actually had the idea in 2000, so 16 years ago. I was living in New Jersey, and my kids at the time, now they're much older and they don't need car seats, but at the time, we were doing carpooling to take the kids to school. And what I'd find is the day I was driving, we have 4 kids in the back of the minivan, but only my 2 would have a safety seat because we didn't have any spares. The rest of the week was my kids in somebody else's car that weren't protected, and I just wanted to think of a way of making something so small but so strong that they could be protected whoever's car they're in. But life got busy, and it wasn't until sometime in 2012 that I actually started working again.
And Jon, this is Sigmund. I'm just going to jump in here real quick. You decided to really pursue the business model in a very innovative, kind of a modern way. Tell us about how you went about funding your entrepreneurial project.
We actually did 2 things. We did something quite traditional, which was at the end of 2013, we did a small investment round with some seed investors, some angel investors who liked the idea and thought it would be interesting to have a bit of a punt on something that could end up being a cool product. But the most exciting thing we did, and I think this is what you're referring to, is that in July last year, so about 8 months ago, we actually launched a crowdfunding campaign, which was intended to really, more than to raise money, it was to give us an idea of how many products to make, because we had this idea of a product, but we didn't know how many people would be interested. So we created the video that you mentioned a moment ago. We put it on the crowdfunding site, and we actually thought, maybe we'd sell 1,000 or 2,000 units, and that would give us an idea of how much to manufacture in the first production run. As of today, I think we've pre-sold just under 50,000 units. We've sold them to people in 110 countries around the world. And instead of raising $100,000, which is what we hoped we would raise, we've just done $1.5 million. So it's really been a fantastic opportunity for us.
Now, you're breaking up a little bit there. You said you were hoping to raise about $100,000, and you raised how much?
$1.5 million so far.
$1.5 million in a period of just a few months. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
That's incredible. And so you've got where are you right now in the scheme of things in terms of producing the actual units for sale? How soon until we can see these on the market?
So we started full manufacture just over a week ago. So this is another very exciting time for us. In about the next 10 to 12 days, we'll start the shipment to the people who made the earliest orders last summer. And by the end of May, we'll have fulfilled all these 50,000 orders that we've got pending. After that, sometime towards the end of the summer, we'll start to have the product available in retail.
Now, as you embark on getting the product out and the success and the initial interest, Jon, what are some of the, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, what are some of the challenges that you've run across here?
I think almost every step of the journey, things have come along that really surprised us. It took us a lot longer to get from the idea stage to a kind of final prototype that was the design for the production model. And I think one of the things that I would do differently in future is I would get more people involved in the team earlier on. I actually worked on this by myself for the first 18 months. And although I was using external designers and external mechanical engineers, I think we could have made the whole project go much quicker if earlier on in the process we'd had some other people working full-time on this. So that was one of the challenges we had. I think one of the other challenges we had was the whole process for our product of regulatory approval. Car seats are all about safety, and it was the most important thing for me to make sure that we met all the regulatory standards around the world. And these are very complicated things to deal with. And the way we eventually cracked it was we worked through some consultants, both here in North America and in Europe, that could advise us and guide us through that, complex regulatory process. But as of today, we're fully regulated. We're compliant with the US standards, which is called FMVSS 213. And so we're really pleased. But it was, a difficult process as we went through it.
And it takes time, too. Let's tell people where they can get. Of course, I would think they get it at the product at MiFold.com. And is that where you're going to be selling the product, Jon?
At the moment, that's the best place to go. We actually are doing the sales through a platform called Indiegogo, which was the platform that we used for the crowdfunding. And when you come to MiFold.com and you click on Buy Now, that's where it takes you. And over the summer, we're going to transition to our own e-commerce platform. And as I said, by the end of the summer, we expect it to be available in all the main retailers and on Amazon.com.
And it's a very affordable price. It's under $40, which is ridiculously affordable for a child safety seat. And it's so small you can fit it in a purse. Yeah, you had a picture of somebody who literally had it in their back pocket. And it's very lightweight. And when he says it's 10 times smaller than any other child safety seat on the market, he's not kidding. It's a booster seat. It's not like an infant car carrier, but it is so small compared to what else is on the market. How comfortable is it? Because it's so tiny. You think maybe there's no padding. Maybe it's not very comfortable to sit on.
So we've had carloads of kids and parents testing this for many, many months now. And although it is completely different in design to the traditional car seat, it's incredibly comfortable. We've done some very high-density foam padding on the seat so that it gives support. And also, don't forget, you only ever use this sitting on a regular vehicle seat. So you actually get a lot of comfort as well from the fact that this is, you're sitting on top of it, on top of a seat in the car. And one of the things that I did, because I get asked this question a lot, is it comfortable? I decided that everybody in the office would sit on one for a whole week. So from Monday through Friday, on top of our regular office chairs, we were all sitting on them, and we all were walking perfectly normally afterwards. So we're quite confident that people will enjoy using this.
That's great.
No doubt. Creativity abounds at your company. John, I want to ask you something. That video, once again, is so well done. How long did it take you to make that video? And what was your thought process in making it? It came out so well.
Thank you. We're really proud of the video. I think there's three elements to answer that question. The first thing was, amazingly, the actual filming of it did in a day. The difficult part was being prepared for that. It took us quite a few months, actually. First of all, trying to work with external writers, and then in the end, we wrote it ourselves within the company. It was getting the story right. It was finding a way of explaining something that's very unusual, but making it clear, not necessarily interesting as a category, and making it fun and exciting. And then explaining to people that they can trust us, because we were pre-selling this 8 months before it was actually available in the market. So the hardest part, and I think the part that people should invest the most time in if they're looking to do something like this, is to make sure that you've got the script right. Then we were really lucky because that you can see the production values in that movie, and it looks like something that should have cost $200,000 to make. I can assure you we spent a lot less by working with really creative people who understand their trade and help them on a shoestring budget get a great set and good props and good camera equipment that would help us make something that really works very well. I think between YouTube and Facebook now and a few other places, it's had over 1 million views.
Everything about that video, it's entertaining, it's informative, it talks about the product, the specifications. It's fantastic.
Everything about MiFold and your company has been so innovative. It has been so, simplified, and it's common sense kind of things, but obviously not so common because it hasn't been on the market before. So everything you've done has been so innovative, and we love it. We want you to be very successful, and we look forward to having you back on again to tell us how things have really taken off.
In fact,
I would love to do that.
And John, I have 2 grandkids. I'm going to get 2 of them myself pretty soon. In the meantime, tell them again, John, the website, please.
The website is MiFold.com. That's MiFold.com. And the MiFold grab-and-go booster seat comes in 6 exciting colors. It's on at a great price at the moment. If you're looking to buy 2 for your grandkids there, we have a little bit of a discount on the 2-pack and a bit more of a discount on the 3-pack. So we'd be excited if as many people as possible want to come and check that out.
Very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jon Sumroy. Go to MiFold.com. Thank you, John. In the meantime, you're listening to The Price of Business. Bill Napick sitting in for Kevin Price. We're going to come right back right after this.